What's up, guys? Welcome to Real Estate Hot Takes. I'm your host, RJ Bass III. Today, I'm sitting down with Nicholas Nick. All right, man. Here's the rules, okay? I got 5 questions for you.
All right.
Before you answer, you've got to take just a bite of the hottest wing in Tampa, Florida.
Okay. Oh, really?
That's the hottest wing.
Right.
It's called the Extreme Plus.
Wow.
Okay? Let the record stand that 20 seconds before this interview started, he said, they don't look that bad.
They don't look that hot.
All right.
I want to figure that out.
Ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1.
So I take a bite now or after you ask?
You can do it while I'm asking. Whatever you want to do. Find your rhythm, man.
Okay, yeah.
Find your cadence.
Yeah, I'll go in like this.
Yeah, get you some of that.
Okay.
All right.
Go on.
What is it that you do for the real estate investing community?
What a great question. And I should answer it very fast because it's about to light me up. So what I do for the real estate community is I absolutely make their lives easier.
One of
the things I did for my father growing up was my dad would buy a stereo and he would hand it to me. Nick, hook it up. And I learned a lot of value in that. Dad didn't want to deal with the wires. He didn't want to deal with the problems. He didn't want to deal with anything. He wanted to listen to music.
Yep.
And I think real estate investors make this common problem that they always want to try to set everything up. And I think they get snared in the setup every time we lose them in the setup. And what I do is I make lead generation completely turnkey. We do everything start to finish. We pull the list, we skip it, we call it, and we text it. And they don't have to worry about any of the connecting wires.
Right.
They know that it's trusted.
All right, you ready?
I'm feeling good, yep.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling all right.
Yeah?
Surprising.
All right.
So very surprised. Okay, new wing. Yeah, good point. This one could have been a dud.
Yeah. We can't have you just going in and getting some meat.
I like it.
All right, question number 2. So you're all about lead generation.
Yeah.
Which without leads, real estate investors are nothing.
Right.
All right, we got to have
Doesn't exist.
So give some tips to the people that are just getting started in the real estate investing. They don't know where to start when it comes to lead generation. What is your advice to those people on how they can handle generating those leads so they can get started?
So this is an interesting question because it depends on your situation.
Yep.
So when people, and this is not the question you asked, but when people ask me, Nick, which package should I order off your website? Right. The answer is always whatever fits your budget the best. A, that's the answer I want. B, I learned the hard way. When someone gets really excited and pays you more than even they wanted to, not even that you got that out of them, they just got excited, it still affects their experience. And if your customers aren't in a good mindset, when you send them leads, that one was very hot. If your customers are in a mindset, when you send them the leads and they're not gonna be ready, so, now I'm wiping the hot shit on my face. So the first step is, what's your budget? What do you have access to? And what's your skill set?
Right.
If you're an introvert, don't pick up cold calling.
Yeah.
Right? If you like tech, don't start door knocking.
Right.
Right? Understand your history, where your round peg finds its round hole. So a lot of people use me, they're like, I just want to talk to leads, and I do have $2,000 to invest in marketing.
Right.
Like there's no lie there. Now our biggest package is only $1,480. So that's why people also like us. They have this larger budget and we're under it. Right. So it really fits. And they get me. So first step is little to no budget. Do the work yourself. Pick up a Mojo dialer. I love Mojo. Simple, easy. If you get call tools on your first cold calling adventure, you're never gonna cold call because you're never gonna figure out the software.
Yep.
Keep it easy on yourself. You know what? If you got no money, your first 100 dials are by hand. Fuck Mojo. Okay, for real.
Yeah.
Right? You get a little bit of money, you buy the dialer. You get more money, you have other people go through the pain. People think they pay me to get them leads. You know what they pay me for? To get cussed at, so they don't have to. Try being new and someone tells you not to quit your fucking day job. True story. I should take another bite. But
no.
Okay. But true story is the day I quit my old career to found lead mining. I got a woman on the phone and she said, "Don't quit your day job." And I literally started crying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how the fuck did she know I just quit yesterday. I didn't have that job today. And when you first take your step to be an entrepreneur, to sympathize with everybody, it's scary. And you know what? It's scary for 3 years. I've been successful for 7, and I think the fear just went away last year. I'm finally like, I'm going to be successful forever, finally. I finally feel that way, but it took 6 years to get there. So I really sympathize with early fears, and you don't want to put yourself in a position to be shit on while you're trying to come out of your comfort zone.
Congrats on that, having that feeling.
Yeah,
It's a
bro.
good one, right?
Dude, bro, finally I'm like, I'm going to be rich forever. It's so good.
All right, question number 3. All right, so you're all about lead gen. We talk about what the new wholesalers do. Now, your system is set up for avoiding what you just talked about, getting the fuck yous, how'd you get my information and all of that, right? Which I'm a firm believer. I had a video out that said stop cold calling. Okay?
Right.
And the reason why I said stop cold calling was
Emotional abuse.
because of that. I didn't say stop cold calling as a business.
Right.
I said
Yourself.
you stop cold calling.
Right.
Okay?
Love that.
So my question is,
Yeah.
how do you keep your team motivated? They're getting told, fuck you. Because essentially, your team is my team when I hire you.
Right. So,
Bro, your lips are going to be fucked.
dude, you see this?
Yeah.
I went
That
right in
was
there.
gnarly, bro.
Thank you.
You're
I'm going in.
you're going to hurt.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sick. We got a good dinner after this too. So, well, that's one reason why I didn't want to do it. I was like, this dinner is not going to be as delicious.
You might not taste it.
Yeah, right.
All right, so how do you keep your team motivated?
Man.
Because they are my team.
Man, you're going to love this. And you can steal it. And by you, I mean you. I pay my team hourly to start. And I pay them decently. But what you need to understand about people is you have to make them happy based on what makes them happy.
Are you happy?
I'm so happy. I've never been happier. I got an art interview with RJ Bates. I'm extremely fucking happy. I was like, I can't turn this down. I think my hearing is going out, but I can't turn this down.
Okay. Just 2 more after you
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, right. Yeah, and then the question, if you could remind me, was, how do I keep my people happy?
Yes.
So keeping them happy based off what makes them happy. Not everyone wants pay, actually, but everyone does want quality of life.
Right.
I let my cold callers work whenever they want to. And that is my secret sauce.
Wow.
I was just explaining this to someone downstairs. I flipped it somehow. You know, Uber, there's no Uber schedule. Oh, I got to drive Uber from 3 to 7. The boss is on my ass. That doesn't exist.
Right.
So Uber inspired my... What the hell was that? Uber inspired my hiring style.
Yeah.
And the reality is cold calling is the worst fucking job on the planet. It reminds me of when I used to manage dishwashers. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Washing dishes till 3 in the fucking morning. It's got everyone's spit and shit and fucking mess and everything on it. Is the worst job in the spot. And I treated that guy like gold. Because anyone could quit any position in the restaurant. But that one, I'm not going to be in there till 3 a.m. You need a steak? What, you hungry, bud? What can I get for you? You want some free drinks at the bar? Whatever you need. You're my man. And so their happiness is paramount. And I let my team work whenever they want to. And that's extremely important when it comes to satisfaction. Additionally, I have scripts and rebuttals for everything. So I tell my team, don't beat yourself up. Did you say the right thing? If you said the right thing, you said the right thing.
Right.
You don't have to beat yourself up. Just use the script as a guideline to know you're always doing the right thing. So a lot of forgiveness. And there's also a lot of coaching to where it's like the newbies, like they get beat, oh man. But let me tell you this, they don't get beat up by the people. They get beat up the way I track performance. So I make all of my employees have a minimum performance standard to even cold call for you.
Love it.
Each American must average 1 lead every 2 hours. And each foreign person must average 1 lead every 4 hours or they don't even work for me. So we tell them this up front, not as a point of fear, but as a calibrator. You want to judge your own performance? If you're getting 1 lead per hour, you're killing it.
Right.
You're double the average to keep the job sounds threatening, but to maintain your position.
Right.
But it may sound heartless, but they're working for you.
Right.
You want high performers. And I have a saying, I want to make good cold callers great, not shitty cold callers good. So I'm not here to hire shitty cold callers and hope that they produce leads. So I have a couple of systems in place. One is a great minimum standard. 2 is they get to pick whenever they work. 3 is they're provided a script to push back on every rebuttal once. So only beat yourself up if you didn't say the words. You thought if you still said the words and someone was nasty, they're having a bad day. And the last thing I'll share is I have a training on my team to be the light in their day, okay? Yeah, they're gonna tell you to go fuck yourself. Yeah, they're gonna tell you, I can tell now's not a good time to talk. I really hope, call it out in a really unique way. I really hope your day gets better.
Right.
I really wasn't calling to frustrate you by any means. If it's okay, could I call you again in a couple days? We mark them as no answer. Our system automatically follows back up with them. So not to take it personal, and because we'd had a couple people fight back.
Right. Right.
Fighting back, it just upsets everyone. They get upset, we get more upset. Be the light in their day, leave them with grace, and do those things and you'll be great.
You know what? You are the perfect man to run a call center right here. But you know why?
Thank you for saying that.
Because you are a magician right now. You're 3 wings in. And you have already, I think, made this the longest episode of Real
I'm so
Estate
sorry.
No, it's good. You're just like, no, bro, I'm not good with spice, so I'm going to make sure that I get long breaks.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You literally break out into a sweat, and then the sweat is gone by the time we get
Right,
to that.
I'm fresh.
You're winning the game is what you're doing.
This is how I work out in the gym too.
Right.
30-second set, 5-minute break.
All right, so this is normally my closing question, but I got a special closing question for you.
I'm ready.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just brace yourself. You're going to have 2 tough ones.
Okay,
all right?
I'm ready.
All right. So you can say one thing to your followers to change their lives. What is it?
Take every interview that you get a chance to.
There you go.
That's definitely true too. And that actually works with every cold calling lead, calling everyone. But I will only say this. I've spoken to over 10,000 customers in our 7 years in business. The same thing's always true. The grumpy person never closes deals. I speak to customers every day. Anyone, is this a scam? And I'm not knocking people. Be skeptical. But if you really carry that energy throughout, it is going to be a scam.
Yeah.
You're going to find what you're looking for every fucking day of the week. And I have the most positive people, the biggest newbies you've ever seen. I had a girl call me up. I know this is going to work. I know it is because my mentor only tells me things that work. And this is going to work. Her first day, she gets a fucking lead and closes it. By Monday, she made $3,000.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's great. It's because she knew it was going to work. So one thing to change your life is have a great fucking attitude. And I have a saying around that will help you. And that is being positive sucks until it works. And you're going to feel like you're faking it. You're going to feel like a loser. You're going to feel like this isn't going to happen. But watch, when those positive thoughts start coming to fruition, it becomes a lot easier to keep being positive.
Love it, man. All right, last question.
Okay.
So you and I have a connection on something that a lot of people don't like to talk about. So it's kind of an uncomfortable topic, but I want to talk about it because I think as a man, an entrepreneur, it's something that we all have to deal with at different points of times. And listen, sometimes as men, we don't like to talk about problems that we have, okay? Me and you both have unfortunately lost our dads in our entrepreneur journey. I know that was extremely difficult for me to get over.
Yeah.
Because he was someone I wanted to make proud
Amen.
as an entrepreneur, right? So what is some advice that you might have to someone that's gone through that, overcome it, kind of deal with that loss?
Okay. So they lost their father as well.
Yeah.
And they're climbing,
Yeah.
you could say.
How do you deal with loss just in general as an entrepreneur, you know?
My story is a blessing with my father. I was hanging out with a bunch of friends, and I decided, and I was cutting off my parents. You'd be surprised. You do it at 16, you do it again in your 30s. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, my friends don't give a fuck about me.
Right.
And I started getting really close to my parents. And then I told them, I was like, I want to be your best friend. I want to fix this. So I didn't have a lot of regret of time after he died. And I really think I processed his death really well because right before he got diagnosed with terminal cancer, I was like, I'm gonna hang out with you every week. 3 weeks in, he got diagnosed with terminal cancer. I started crying, not because he was dying, but because I finally made a fucking decision ahead of time. I'm finally learning. I finally didn't wait till he said I was dying to do something. So that was cool. So I just want to share that because my advice might be unique because I don't really have a lot of regrets. But I really leaned in. I can't speak for you, but when I have an addiction or when I'm going through something, I don't constrict myself. I don't control myself. You know what? I'm gonna fucking cry. I'll fucking start crying right now. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know?
Right.
And it's like I go through whatever I want and I feel it to the fullest. And you know what? If it's done, it's done. And if it's here, it's here. And what I try to focus on is like, it's hard because all the blessings that he taught me are so beautiful. And he's literally he's literally me. Like literally, I'm literally him. Like what a fucking blessing, right? I don't know your father, but I bet if he impacted you and you missed him so much, you're like, I'm so him. And that's really cool. And the other part was respecting how powerful my childhood is and how excited I am to have children and how I think it's really cool. Yep. I think it's cool that he had me and I think it's cool that he cared and I fucking hate kids, man. And I'm like, and he hated me and not in a way that he hated me, but it's like, every time I was like, I think I'm gonna have kids, he's like, yeah, you know, Nick, I don't think you need kids, you know? and that's interesting to process sometimes, but I think what he's trying to say is you should like live your life, but I don't think he understands that all the blessings that he gave me. And now I look back on my childhood and I was like, yo, I had the hero in the other room my whole life, and that brings up multitude of emotions. One is, I just wish I told him he was my hero like a little bit more often. Yeah. You know? But yeah, I don't know if that answered the question.
No, you did, man. No. I appreciate that. Yeah, and then, listen, not to spring that on you because I know I didn't know you in advance, but I always love it when I ask people questions during a podcast. And I know that their answer is truthful because I see them living it.
Right.
And your answer is truthful because I saw you lean in when you lost them. That's how I know you lost them. Right. It's not like you and I have a close relationship. Right. Yeah. You leaned in. You shared your story. Yeah. You shared about the pain, and I've done that. And that's how I've been able to deal with my dad's loss. Right. 100%. Same way. So I appreciate you sharing that, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, give Nick a shout out there. Leave a comment. Let us know what you took away from today's episode. Make sure you like, and we'll see you next time on Real Estate Hot Takes.
See you guys.
What's up?
Yeah, great. Thank you guys so much.